American streamer Ishowspeed wababe piemu ewo Ghana hanum say ya enyasem ketwa na ade a make wave of ne visit no the share butter museum woko piemu nti ama enei onam TikTok ade obetia ni kuruwa kurujenje nkwanwa ne nyuma sese obi to because of her mamat ne share butter museum Ishowspeed ko piemu ne ye ma ne share butter massage ni treat ultimate abranten wa filia President John Dramani Mahama ababe kasa ewo nwesan se obaye no the foreign affairs minister said they'll be issuing him with a Ghanaian passport. And then Mampenia Kasanso atunenumuto akasa de afa abrantieno ba Ghana no ehu. Yinkotie Mampenina no desema wode etuja.
Recently, my children were all excited about some young man from America called Ishowspeed, or I don't know what his name is, who came to Ghana. And one of my children showed me a video of him in a shea butter museum of some sort. And it's one of our northern sisters who has that shea butter museum. And I remember when we were young, this Kuriya Kurijenje, they were singing. All of us remember that when our younger sisters used to play and pass those stones. Kuriya Kurijenje. And this young man was lucky. I saw him lying down and about 10 girls, all with shea butter, were massaging this boy. And the way he was enjoying it, he opened his mouth as if he couldn't breathe. That guy, I'm sure he will come back here.
Abusia, that is President John Dramani Mahama acknowledging Ishowspeed, the visitor, what they eba Ghana to the extent or chema the experience Ishowspeed enya ewo Ghana hanum say no or jidi pass abranti and wakwa enya dia ni rebe fide obesan ababiem, and to think say he has been handed with a Ghanaian passport ne de say feeling no kwa betimi amano assign ababiem. Now yemfree mampeninsem no so na che say still another matters no eduji Kujo Tamakulu, acting CEO at the National Petroleum Authority. Wabekasa afanano akensi course so primaries course so MPP amanyu kuni mochemu say wono na monitor elections no obebusa say na papa we there so NDC ni the MPP for elections efa hobe o say no supported Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia just say ni hopes ni bibia no opon payeti ya Kennedy na say Kennedy lose ye nyina Mr. Tamakulu eka ho bia Brian Champion lose ye nyina eduju Tamakulu eka so abom payeti omu nyina said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enwini. But why would an NDC person be praying say Bawumia should win the elections? Wacheche ni nyina mu yenkotie onu akasa ne nsema wode tuja.
Our party had issued a statement congratulating the MPP for going through such primaries and coming out without the usual violence and all the associated problem. And we need to congratulate them for that. I monitored it because I wanted my candidate to win. And my candidate in the MPP primaries was Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I say my candidate because I obviously want a candidate that the NDC will not struggle to as it were, to defeat again.
I don't understand.
Yes. I personally wanted a candidate. And so at all times, I was praying that Brian won't win. I was praying that Ken will not win. And in fact, all my modeling,
really?
I model it around Bawumia winning. And thankfully he won. And that places us in a better advantage going into the 2028 election. Let me say this. You see, one great man once said, never interrupt your opponents when they are doing what will get them to their demise. Never, never interrupt them. And so for us, anything that the MPP were doing, we wanted everything to get to the point. Look, if you look at the whole poll, it was clear that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was going to win. There was no two ways about it. The very moment he succeeded in getting the top-bottom approach approved by the neck of the party, I knew that he was going to win. Why? The delegates who in November 2023 elected him, which eventually led to his monumental defeat, were the same delegates. Nothing changed. And as human, we always want to validate our decision. And so it was going to be difficult for the same set of delegates to do a 360 degrees in their reasoning. It would be, and you see, they want to confirm their previous decision. And so it was not strange at all. It was just a few of them who this time round decided that the Bawumia candidature was problematic for them. And for that matter, if you look at this particular election, a few of the delegates realized the risk in having Bawumia on the tickets. And for that matter, you will notice that he dropped from 62% in November 2023 to now 56.65%. That should tell you that as he progresses, becomes less popular in the MPP.
Really?
Yes, even among the same delegates. And that is even more dangerous. Look at the historical trend. There is no presidential candidate who has been repeated but had less percentage in its internal primaries. There's no presidential candidate.
Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
President Ajekum Kufuor, when he was repeated,
John Dramani Mahama,
he came out with a bigger and stronger support within the MPP. When Prosamios, 2000, 2004, 2008, he increased his numbers and popularity within the party. President John Dramani Mahama repeated the same thing. In fact, candidate Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo struggled to get 50% in 2007 against candidate Alan Tremantin. By the next time in 2012, when the MPP repeated him, he came with almost 85% from 47. And by the year 2014, he did not less than 92%. In the case of Prez Mahama, it has been an overwhelming support within the NDC.
So let me get this. You're saying that if you go the first time around and
Yes.
there's a repetition of your candidacy,
You have always come out stronger.
it has to be overwhelming.
Overwhelming. In fact, it is only Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia who has been repeated as a candidate with lesser support within the MPP. And that should be concerning for anybody within the MPP.
Why should it be Ediji?
Because you see, like I've given you a historical trend, and the data analysis is there for all of us. Candidate Akufo-Addo, who went with him, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, started with 47, went to beyond 80, and went to 90 within the cycle that he was repeated. Now look at Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. His first time, he did 62%. His second coming, 56%. A massive drop from 62 to 56, sorry. That is massive in terms of numbers. And look at something. Even the MPP delegates number reduced. If you compare to the number that voted.
You mean the turnout?
Yes. And the delegates that really did vote just this Saturday, if you compare to 2024, the number reduced. So you can see that even with a reducing delegates number, his popularity, dwindles with the MPP. And that should be concerning. And this is data. Look, there are some historical things that work against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's candidature. Look at the numbers. There is no presidential candidate who had gone into an election has lost. and won only 77 constituencies. Check the historical record.
As a national candidate?
Yes, as a national candidate.
But if you're rejuvenated, you have seen...
Rejuvenated, even internally, 40-something% of your party members do not see you worthy to lead them.
But he's going to face a new candidate from the NDC
No. You see, like I always say, you win on your own merits. You don't go into an election seeking to win on the weakness of someone. What is your merit, even within, internally?
Ebusia lawyer Eduji Kujo Tamaklu NIT in Semunini analysis year concerning Baumia's win as a presidential candidate for the New Patriotic Party, which say it is a lose. It's a win, but it is a lose on the side because per research and per numbers, Baumia said the name is it is not really a good one for him over there. And